The novel Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte is a classic tale of love and revenge, set in the desolate English countryside. The story begins when Mr. Lockwood arrives at Wuthering Heights, an old and gloomy manor. There, he meets Heathcliff, the owner of the estate, a mysterious man with a dark personality. While staying in the area, Lockwood asks the housekeeper, Nellie Dean, to tell him the story of the family that lived in the manor. Nellie recounts the tale of Heathcliff, an orphan child brought to the home by Mr. Earnshaw, the previous owner of the estate. Heathcliff grows up with Earnshaw's children, Catherine and Hindley. A strong love develops between Heathcliff and Catherine, but their relationship is complicated and fraught with conflict. After Mr. Earnshaw's death, Hindley takes control of Wuthering Heights and treats Heathcliff cruelly, intensifying his feelings of anger and hatred. As time passes, Catherine becomes acquainted with Edgar Linton, a wealthy and handsome young man from a noble family living at Thrushcross Grange. Catherine admires Edgar and agrees to marry him, despite her deep love for Heathcliff. This marriage shatters Heathcliff's heart, prompting him to leave the manor for a time, only to return wealthy but more ruthless and determined to seek revenge. Heathcliff begins to execute his plan for revenge against all who wronged him. He seizes Wuthering Heights from Hindley and marries Isabella, Edgar's sister, with the intent of hurting the Linton family. However, their marriage is unhappy, and Isabella eventually escapes, living far from Heathcliff. Catherine undergoes a psychological and physical crisis due to her struggle between her love for Heathcliff and her marriage to Edgar, ultimately dying after giving birth to her daughter, little Cathy. Heathcliff feels a profound emptiness after Catherine's death, and her ghost haunts him throughout his life. He then focuses on avenging the new generation, forcing little Cathy to marry his weak son Linton, but their marriage ends with Linton's death. In the end, Heathcliff dies under mysterious circumstances and is buried next to Catherine, marking the conclusion of a long chapter of pain and revenge. Little Cathy marries Hareton Earnshaw, a young man who transforms from an ignorant boy into a kind and loving person. Together, they rebuild Wuthering Heights and begin a new life filled with hope, ending the cycle of revenge and sorrow that spanned generations.